Welcome to Bedrock Bookkeepers Online Academy for another awesome segment. My name is Joe DiChara, again inviting you to our site bedrockbookkeeping.com. We are constantly updating our content, our videos, our courses, all for you, the student that wants to learn about bookkeeping and the business of bookkeeping. Again, that's bedrockbookkeeping.com. Enjoy the next segment. Thank you. Now, let me give you a concept that most people may not have approached this with. And this is chapter one, and what I call it is time and health. What does time and health have to do with bookkeeping and business? And the truth is, it has as much to do with business as the numbers. That's my opinion. And I've been doing this for over 30 years now, so I think that my opinion counts for something. I've worked with either directly or indirectly with thousands of small businesses. And after a while, you get to start seeing the patterns and what matters and what doesn't matter. And time is extremely important, okay? So what we want to do, the concept is we want to measure the health of a business at a specific date, on a specific date. So when we talk about a balance sheet, okay, we're talking about a financial document on a specific date, which is really a snapshot that tells the story of that business on that particular date. Now let me take you through a quick exercise. What I'd like you to do is take out a sheet of paper, and you could put this on hold after I give you the instructions, but what I want you to do is take a sheet of lined paper and on the top of it put today's date, okay? And I want you to make a list. I want you to make a list of everything you own. Now don't complicate this. Use round numbers. We're not creating, we're not creating a detailed financial report here right now. We're just taking a concept. So everything you own, make it into a list. And here is an example. On April 30th, this person had cash on hand, $400, some money in the bank, a car, some investments, a home, and we come up with a total. The next step is I want you to do the same thing with everything that you owe. Okay, you owe money on credit cards, student loans, a car loan. Okay, and again on April 30th, the same date. Now step 3 is you are going to take the totals. Let's go back to what you own. You're going to take the totals, $360,400, $360,400 versus $226,000, and we're going to summarize that. And we're going to summarize it in this fashion. What we own minus what we owe is what we call our net worth. So on April 30th, this individual's net worth was $134,400. Now what you're going to do, the next step is you're going to change the words from own to asset, and you're going to change owe to liabilities, and that last line where it says difference net worth, you're going to change it to equity. And what you've just done really is you've created your first balance sheet, and it's as simple as that. This is a financial statement. It's called a balance sheet. The title of it is Your Business Inc. It's titled balance sheet and the specific date. So every financial document should stand on its own. In other words, any user, a banker, a loan officer, an investor should be able to look at that document and say, oh, this is a balance sheet as of April 30th for Your Business Inc. Okay, and it's very simple. It's a simple formula. You could see assets, liabilities, and equity. It's a simple formula. Assets equal liabilities plus equity. Now, let's get into the time factor that I talked about, because what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look back. We're going to look back a year ago to April 30th, 2014. We're going to compare the difference between the two balance sheet dates. So you could see that within that year, from between April 30th, actually May 1st, 2014 through April 30th, 2015, the assets went up by 100,000. The liabilities went down by 100,000 for a total difference of 200,000. Now, what does that difference represent? It is the income statement. That is the results of the transactions that happened between those two dates, April 30th of 2014 and April 30th of 2015. So this is the titles that you could name your income statement. Again, it's got to be self-descriptive. In one example, it says for the 12 months ended. In the second example, it says for the year ended. Doesn't matter. It's describing a time period. The balance sheet is for a specific date. So it says as of. Let's go back to that. See, so the balance sheet is as of April 30th. Now we're going to go forward again. And you see here's the comparison, and this is where the time element comes into place. We're looking at the period of time for the year ended April 30th, or the 12 months ended April 30th. And this is what our income statement looks like. We have revenue, we have expenses, and the net income is 200,000. And that is how time plays a role in bookkeeping and business. Everything is time driven. So if now is a balance sheet and before now the past is an income statement, what's the future? Because the future has a role in our business, and the future is what we call a forecast, a projection, a cash flow projection. Now, you can't measure cash flow or determine what your cash flow is unless you have your balance sheet and you have that history, the profit and loss statement. So this is how, the time plays a significant role in bookkeeping and in business. And so this might all seem a little bit complicated as far as where do we get all these numbers. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to break it down for you, because part of what we're going to do in this class, what I can promise you, is that I am going to break everything down to as simple as I can possibly make it. So all of those transactions, all of those numbers are compilations of details. And all the details that we need for every single transaction, there's only 5 details. The date, the amount, the people involved, what category it belongs in, and what account it belongs in. Now in Chapter 2, we are going to talk more in depth about the category and the account. But for right now, it's the end of Chapter 1. Welcome to Bedrock Bookkeepers. Thank you. And that wraps up another awesome episode of Bedrock Bookkeepers Online Academy. Joe DiChiara here, inviting you back to our site, bedrockbookkeeping.com. Check us out for the latest and greatest offers, discounts, updates and content, videos, new courses. bedrockbookkeeping.com. Joe DiChiara, over and out. Looking forward to seeing you at the next segment.